friends, welcome back to the vlog. So today is a Monday and we're going to be doing a little day in the life. So at the moment it's 9 a.m. and we're chilling in like this area, which is the business lounge in the building that I live in. So the theory is that this is where I'll go each morning to help, to make myself sit down and write, because if you didn't know, I'm in the process of writing a book. Then at 10:30, we've got our weekly team Kickstarter meeting, which is basically an all hands meeting where some of us in person and some of us remotely, we all join. So everyone on the team gets together and we talk about what's going on. Today, I'm going to be giving a spiel about what our core values are as a business and doing like a Q&A with the team if anyone has any questions about like our kind of direction and organizational clarity and this sort of thing. Then we have a meeting with a chap called Dan who helped code my website, and we're working on some sort of collaboration where we design and code themes for Ghost, which is a website builder that I've been using since like 2015. Then for 3 hours in the afternoon from 12 till 3, we have a YouTube content brainstorm meeting where we've got a bunch of the team together in person. We're going to order Deliveroo, and for the first time, we're trying this out as like an in-person thing whereby we sort of brainstorm content ideas and see what progress we've got on all the various videos we've got in production. Never really done that before, but my friend Taha, who is also a YouTuber and has a bunch of experience leading these sorts of meetings, is going to be leading it. So we'll see how that goes. And then at 4 p.m, I have an interview on a famous person's podcast, which will be fun. Then at 5 p.m, we've got our leadership team meeting, which is from 5 till 6:30. And then from 6:30 to 8 p.m, I have a one-on-one with Angus, who's our head of operations. All basically back-to-back meetings from like 10:30 up until 8 p.m. But hey, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a good day. And this is what day in the life, at least on a Monday, looks like. We've got our team all-hands meeting. We call it the Kickstart meeting because it's like we're kickstarting the week, just to add a bit more flair to it. That's where we all get together. We spend a few minutes just quickly updating everyone on what's going on in the business, on like the YouTube channel, the podcast, the YouTuber Academy, the courses, like all the various things that we do. This time around, it's kind of new because I'm doing this like core values speech where we've got like 5 core values within the team, and I need to do a little spiel explaining them all to people and explaining why they're important and stuff. And then we're going to have a segment talking about kind of doing a little Q&A just to make sure everyone's on the same page about everything and sort of being open and honest and stuff. Essentially, what we've been doing is trying to figure out, like, what are we actually doing here? What's the point? Where are we going? And we've landed on, and I think I've mentioned this to a few of you, we've landed on the idea of, like, does this thing help people live their best life through creating inspiring and educational content? We're only going to put out videos if they are excellent and like very good and authentic, not defined by external metrics, defined by our own feeling of, is this a valuable video that would help people live their best life? Is it inspiring and educational? That's kind of what we're about. No dreams of world domination, no dreams of, I don't know, hitting 1 billion people or 100 million people or 10 million people or any numbers like that. No real dreams of like revenue or like team size or anything. Literally just build a profitable business that helps people while having fun. So team meeting done. First time we kind of did this sort of format. I gave my spiel about core values, which lasted about half an hour, maybe even longer. But I thought it was reasonable. I feel like I've gathered my own thoughts while doing it as well, and people seem to have vaguely enjoyed it. At least that's what they're telling me right now, but we'll see. So we've just wrapped up a meeting with Dan. Dan is one of my internet friends. He lives in Mauritius, and he's a Ghost developer. Ghost is like sort of like WordPress, sort of like Squarespace, but I've been using Ghost to host my themes, to host my website since like 2015. And I'm like mates with the guy who runs Ghost. His name's John. We've got an interview with him on the YouTube channel. Anyway, Dan and I and the team, we're working together to try and design our own Ghost themes. So I always get emails from people being like, oh my God, how did you make your website? It looks so sick, or like, that kind of stuff. So the theme that we created, like I designed it and Dan coded it for the website, we're going to sell as like a premium Ghost theme. And we're also thinking about, given that we want to encourage people to use Ghost, can we make our own themes for Ghost like that have our kind of like aesthetic? So like light, Notion-y kind of vibes. So we're just figuring out like details of what that looks like and we're brainstorming out our first couple of themes. So yeah, it's kind of exciting. We're now going to whip up a Shopify store probably where we can sell all this stuff. And then we're also planning to do videos documenting the process of what it's like to try and sell digital products on the internet, because it's a thing that a lot of our audience, hopefully you guys, might be potentially interested in. So I'm absolutely busting for a wee now because we've had back-to-back meetings for a while and I've just been drinking all this water that Gordon has kindly supplied. So now it's wee time. standard opinion on Taylor Swift? Has she got haters?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not fair.
She wouldn't have written a song called Shake It Off.
Oh, is that what that song was about? It wasn't a dance song?
I mean, she's an album called Reputation, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that one. I forgot about that one. I didn't really like the song. Yeah. But
You're just like, not everyone loves Taylor Swift.
yeah, obviously.
Yeah, there's literally no one who has a bad opinion on Taylor Swift.
Okay, no, I get the vibe we're going for. Can we? Okay, so let's. I wonder if we do this instead as a sort of more of rather than a how I did X video and sort of try and sort of fake footage of my experiences on dates and stuff.
Yeah.
Instead, we do like a how-to, where it's like we're taking insights from Logan's book, and we're taking my personal experience, having done the online dating thing for about 6 months and spoken to a bunch of people who have done it for longer than that. Sort of in 3 parts. Number one is maybe there's a thing about like why bother with online dating, and the answer there is because it's an absolute no-brainer, and you're if you don't, as far as I'm concerned. Number two is throwing shade on people in this room who are single and not on online dating apps. Number two is setting ourselves up for success on these apps, and we can use advice from Logan's book, where she has a thing about this, optimizing profiles. And actually, I have theories on why paying for premium on apps is like the way forward. Like, this is literally one of the most important decisions of your life. Why would you not give yourself a better chance by paying a few quid? All right, so we've just finished off our first ever in-person content kind of writer's room meeting. It's been good. It's like 3 hours. We had lunch, ordered from Deliveroo for everyone while we were here. And we basically just sort of went through all the ideas we've got in our system. Taha introduced us to the new system we've got on Notion, the content production engine, and we're just trying to find a way to pitch ideas and brainstorm on things that uses the fact that we now have our writers who can do some research on stuff, and also, so we've got like our system where it takes ideas that I've come up with throughout the week, and our writers are also coming up with ideas throughout the week, and we're figuring out like, how do we turn this into a video that really adds value to our audience, and how do we add my like personal touch to all the things that we want to do if it's a topic that I know a lot about, and if it's not a topic that I know a lot about, but we think it's still a valuable video, can we include, I don't know, expertise from a book, like this book, How to Not Die Alone by Logan Ury. We're interviewing her on the podcast in a few weeks. Can we interview other people? Can we introduce experts? Can we do that kind of stuff? Because ultimately the aim is to create inspiring educational content that helps people live their best life. And if it's a topic that I'm not familiar with, then I'll need to bring other people on board for that. So that's, pretty successful meeting, I think, overall. It's nice to have everyone in person, definitely feel more energized as a result compared to on Zoom calls. And now, I wonder if we should do some filming or just like allow it and chill for an hour or so, or 45 minutes. We'll see. I do have a friend who just, successful Series B, $100 million startup type vibes, saying to me that, hey, I want to start a YouTube channel. And I was like, dude, why the hell do you want to start a YouTube channel? And he was like, well, once you've got a funded startup, like, surprisingly, your autonomy is limited because you're now beholden to investors. And so I really want my own thing that I can maybe make an online course off of, so I can have my own income without it being tied to anyone else. But also, on that note, I think this point you make about how everyone's trying to get more autonomy. I was at a YouTuber convention last week, and it was a bunch of sort of YouTubers who are all fairly successful by YouTube metrics. And the vibe there was, let's try and figure out a way to build a brand that is distinct from our personal brand, like a merch company or a coffee company or a stationery company, so that we can use our brand to market the thing, but that the thing is not dependent on our own personal brand. Because even with, creators like YouTubers, influencers, it is, in a way, you get into it because of the autonomy, but then you realize, oh crap, I'm continuing on this hamster wheel of content, and I'm so entrenched in it now that I would love to build a brand that is actually outside of me. A few days ago, it was like a Saturday, I was here in the studio, and I was meant to film a video, and I thought, you know what, I need to just spend like 5 hours journaling about what I want from my YouTube channel and the business and my life moving forward. And what I realized is that even though with these multiple income streams, I can actually do what I want and sort of explore my creative life and all that kind of stuff, I found myself continuing to be a slave to the algorithm because I wanted the numbers to go up. Sure. And I was thinking that what the hell's going on here? Like, you know, I'm beyond the point of income streams where I, you know, comfortably sustain a decent lifestyle for a few years. That's all great. If you told me a few years ago I'd be at this point, I'd have had a stroke. And yet I was still just, my default mode was, oh, well, 2 million subscribers is cool, but like 4 million subscribers is even better. And, oh, you know, this many income streams is good, but like twice as many is even better. And I kept on thinking that, oh, you know, if I had 10 million in the bank, then I would get to a point where I feel like I've got enough money, and then I'm, and I was just trying to reflect on this thing. This is just so absurd. And the conclusion that I came to after all this like journaling was, I actually can just decide to not care about the numbers, to not worry about publishing videos on a consistent schedule, sticking to sponsorship deadlines, because who cares? And I actually can now switch to only making videos that feel authentic and that I'm proud of. The advice. I'm sure I'll keep bombarding you with emails closer to the time to be like, Ryan, I need a title. Help me out.
You got it. Man, this was so awesome. I'm glad we connected, and however I can help with the book, just hit me up.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Ooh. Yo, right, so just finished the interview with Ryan Holiday for his podcast slash YouTube channel, slash it's all sort of the same thing on his daily Stoic stuff. It was really interesting. I love talking to Ryan. We've spoken, I think, twice before, once on an interview on my channel and once kind of off the cuff. And he's just like been in the writing and marketing game for so long. He just has this enormous treasure trove of information inside his head and in his note-taking system. And it's just so good at giving advice, like very to-the-point advice on the book writing process. And every time I speak to him, I come away with more like, inspiration that, I've got to get this thing out. And his whole thing is, you know, it should take 6 months to write the first draft of a book. And if it takes longer than that, you're just kind of screwing around. So got to put in the work over the next 6 months. Fingers crossed, something will come out of it. And I might even try dabbling with his physical note-taking system on flashcards and boxes and things like that. Right, next order of business, it's 5 o'clock. Got a leadership team meeting with Dan and Angus. So Angus is the head of operations. Dan is my executive assistant. But he's also kind of our head of HR, head of legal, head of finance, all of those things combined into one. So the three of us meet every Monday for 90 minutes where we do our leadership team meeting. And they're both here in person, so it'll be more high energy probably than it usually is over a Zoom call. So next step, leadership team meeting. Okay, that is not completed.
Why?
Well, we're not at that point yet. in the meeting agenda. No, I can say why. Basically, it actually has been because of all of these videographer trials that we've been having, which have eaten into. Also, I've not been waking up at 7 a.m.
Do we discuss this later on then?
Yeah.
Because I think we're going to need to work on that.
Yeah, I think we switched to 8 a.m. I think 8 a.m. is doable. 8 a.m. writing time, because writing time from 7 a.m. I realise means I have to wake up at 6:30. Which is just never going to happen.
Well, why not?
Why not? Because that requires me sleeping at 10:30, which is a counter to my social life. Yeah. All right, so we've just wrapped up our weekly leadership team meeting with me, Angus, and Dan. First time actually doing it in person because Dan lives in Wales, so he's come down because we've got another business coaching session tomorrow. It's like an all-day event for the leadership team. Pretty good. Tackled a bunch of issues. Pretty productive. And now the day is going to end. It's now 6:42 p.m. with a final one-on-one between me and Angus. So I guess we'll probably say goodbye here. We're probably going to order some food. And then he and I will chat about the things that he and I chat about most days. So thanks for watching the vlog. Click here for a playlist of more day in the life vlogs. Do leave a comment down below if you'd like to see more of this sort of stuff, less of this sort of stuff. Anything else you'd like to see added or removed from these little videos. But thanks again for watching, and see you later. Bye-bye.